we're today here with Zvoni Ploj from Direct4, and Zvoni has been experienced in several installations. I would ask from you, what is the general project? How to start a new parcel locker network? What are the stages you have to go through with your client in order to start the network?
I would say there are two different approaches. Definitely one is when we're dealing with the larger or large carriers like DPD or sort of national post on that level. The projects there are usually more of us integrating into their existing systems. A lot of adjustments of our software in case they're using some of our software, and usually that is the case. So basically it's the integration of our delivery apps into their existing delivery app. For example, when we deal with DPD, we had to integrate their Zebra portable scanners that their couriers use. So our backend can recognize their scans, things like that. So basically, this is the project that we have to deal with implementation. Of course, another part of the project on this level is just structuring a deal to fit the overall picture of these large companies. That means pricing, maintenance, things like that. A second group is what we consider also a very interesting part of the business, is when we are dealing with either smaller couriers or either the national posts of smaller countries. Just a few examples, like we deal with Montenegro or Northern Macedonia, Jordan down in the Middle East and so forth, where they don't necessarily have all the setups yet. They have not developed their own particular softwares, and they are eager to use ours. And so that is a very different approach, because it requires, of course, more work, because we first have to understand what they're doing, how they're doing it, and then adjust our software to support their operation. And you encounter things like your backend is set up, let me call it European Western way, how you address the shipment, and you go to Middle East and they don't even have streets or house numbers. And so it requires a lot of work for us to even understand how that works and then implement it. And so, but in this group, we also consider a lot of e-commerce that are large enough to have their own network of lockers, is for either their click and collect activities, or some even do their own deliveries. So for that, we have designed a package where we literally say, here is a startup package. You don't have to invest a bunch of money to get the system to work for these smaller companies. We give you a number of lockers that we agreed to. It could be 10, 12, 15, whatever. We give you a complete package of software that is what we call out of the box. You can use it right away. We will localize our system. That means all our apps, our backend, our processing of transactions into the local language. And basically, we will come, a whole little crew, the team we put together, come to your premises, to your country, to sit down with you 3-4 days and get the system going. So we'll teach you how to find locations, how to install, how to activate the lockers, how to maintain the lockers. We'll support your couriers, how to deliver, how to pick up the parcels, returns, and so forth. So this is the whole package. So basically, not to go into particular euro numbers here, but it's not something that will break the budget. It's a limited number of lockers. The whole package, basically, you're ready, since at the point we delivered the lockers, they are ready to go in a few days, a week, let's say. And then the company can run, should I call this like a pilot program for 4 months, 5 months, whatever is necessary. And in that process, with not having a lot of lockers and a lot of deliveries in the market, they can learn the ropes. They can see where they have problems, where, I don't know, what the drivers are telling them, what's not working. And then we consistently follow this, and we make necessary adjustments to the system. So basically, we remove the stress of having 500 lockers, and then you realize that something doesn't work, and now you have to fix this on a large scale rather than just on 10 lockers, where you can make adjustments. And once all adjustments are done and the system is ready, then you go into regular deployment. And so these are the two approaches like that we work.
And I understand that the time for deploying the new network can vary from 1 week, as you said, to several months or even years.
We usually, of course, if lockers are in stock, that's one situation, but normally they are not, or the production takes certain time. So basically, by the time we will translate everything, by the time the lockers are actually manufactured and delivered, and this is different countries, that may be a couple of months altogether, including shipping. And so this dead time we use to work on the software part, to make all the adjustments that we are already familiar with. We also at that time help our customers with possible business ideas and how they can best utilize the network. A lot of companies just think about delivering parcels. They don't think about click and collect options for e-commerce or opening network to be agnostic and so forth. So this time is usually used for that. So basically, when the lockers arrive, we really don't have that much to do to deploy them, and they can be used immediately. Of course, on the larger projects, like when we do with national posts, for example, or larger courier companies, that process is ongoing. So there is no end. There is always a feedback. Hey, we would like to add this. Now we're in this country. We would like to have a payment terminal. Surveillance cameras. Can you add this? Can you add that? So yeah, the process is never ending.
Okay, thank you, Zvoni. It was really interesting talking to you. It seems that you have really large experience in starting networks, and I wish you good luck in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.